Have you ever sat in silence, whispering into the night, "Ya Allah, where is the one you've written for me? Have they already entered my life, and I just didn't see it?" If you clicked on this video, you're not alone. So many people are wondering the same thing. We long for connection, but more than that, we long for divine purpose. And if Allah has created someone specifically for you, how do you know? In this video, we'll explore 6 subtle yet powerful ways Allah may be connecting you with your soulmate without you even realizing it. These signs are not just about chemistry or compatibility. They are signs that involve your soul, your purpose, and your path back to your Creator. What is a soulmate, really? Let's start with a question. What is a soulmate, Islamically? We often hear the term in movies or on social media, but in Islam, a soulmate is much deeper than just someone who gets you. In Surah Ar-Rum 30:21, Allah says, "And of His signs is that He created for you from yourselves mates that you may find tranquility in them. And He placed between you affection and mercy." A soulmate is a sign from Allah, a person whose presence brings sakun, tranquility to your life. But listen closely. A soulmate isn't just a romantic partner. A soulmate is someone whose presence strengthens your deen and your dunya. Someone who doesn't cause you to lose yourself, but instead helps you rediscover yourself through Allah. They're a mirror, a motivator, and sometimes even a test. But always, they are part of your spiritual journey. So how can you tell? Let's go through the 6 subtle signs Allah may be connecting you to this person, sometimes without you even knowing it. Sign 1. They appear when you are alone. Have you ever noticed that the most meaningful people tend to walk into your life, not when you're at your busiest or most social, but when you're alone? That solitude isn't an accident, it's a divine design. When Allah wants to bring someone special into your life, He often starts by pulling you into a season of isolation. You begin to withdraw. Maybe friendships fade, plans fall through, or your usual social circles no longer feel fulfilling. And while it may feel like you're losing connection with the world, in truth, you're being reconnected to yourself and, more importantly, to Allah. During that quiet season, something powerful happens. You start reflecting. You begin healing. You realign your priorities. You let go of what doesn't serve your soul. And it's in that stillness, that silence, He brings someone into your life, quietly, gently, naturally. No noise, no chaos, just clarity. You might find yourself wondering, why did I meet this person now? Why now, when I've been pulled away from everyone else? That's the point. Allah wanted you to meet them when your heart was clear enough to recognize who they truly are. Free from distractions, free from noise, free from illusion. Sometimes before Allah gives you them, He gives you yourself first. Because until you know who you are, what you value, what you need, what your soul longs for, you won't be able to recognize the kind of person who's meant to walk this path with you. So if you find yourself alone, don't rush to fill the silence. Sit with it. Heal in it. Listen through it. Because it might just be the sacred space where Allah prepares your heart to receive someone you weren't ready for before. Solitude, then love. Silence, then connection. Disconnection, then divine. Alignment. That's not coincidence. That's Allah working in your favor. Sign 2. You meet unexpectedly. Have you ever met someone completely unexpectedly? Not through a dating app, not through months of planning, not even with any intention of meeting someone at all. Maybe you were volunteering at an Islamic event, attending a seminar, or just sitting quietly at a gathering, minding your own business. Then suddenly, your paths cross. And this person doesn't feel like a stranger. They feel familiar, not planned, not pursued, just placed. The Prophet Muhammad said, Souls are like recruited soldiers. Those that recognize each other, unite. Those that do not, differ. Sahih Muslim. Subhanallah. What if you met this person because your souls were already acquainted? Long before your eyes ever met, your ruh, soul, already recognized something in theirs. That moment wasn't random. It was a divine orchestration. It's not just about physical attraction. It's not about smooth words or butterflies. It's deeper than that. It's a quiet knowing, a sense of peace, a connection that doesn't need to be explained. You didn't chase it. You didn't force it. You didn't script it, because it wasn't your plan. It was Allah's. And this is one of the clearest signs that Allah is working in your favor. He brings the right people into your life at the right time in the most unexpected ways. When it's meant, it flows. When it's written, it arrives. And often it won't look dramatic or grand. It will be subtle, sincere, and simple. That's how you'll know. It's not the dunya pulling you together. It's something higher, something sacred, something only Allah could have arranged. Sign 3, they increase your faith. Let's be honest. There are people who drain your energy, who distract you from Salah, who pull you deeper into dunya and away from Jannah. They might make you laugh, but they don't help you grow. But then, there's the rare one, the one who enters your life and shifts everything, spiritually. When you're around them, you remember Allah more. You feel inspired to improve. You start praying more often, not out of pressure, but from the heart. Your words become softer. Your anger cools faster. Your du'as become more sincere. That's not a coincidence. That's a spiritual upgrade through connection. Allah places certain people in your life, not to entertain you, but to elevate you. Not to distract you, but to redirect you. Because true love in Islam isn't just about emotions. It's about elevation. A real soulmate doesn't just make you feel good. They help you become better in the sight of Allah. They remind you of your purpose when you start to forget. They support you when you want to give up. They correct you with gentleness. They push you toward your best self, not for their sake, but for Allah's. This is someone who wants to build not just a life with you, but a path to Jannah with you. And when you find that, that's not just a relationship. That's rizq. That's barakah. That's a sign Allah is working in your favor. So if someone makes you love your deen more, cherish that bond, because that's the kind of connection that this world can't manufacture. It's the kind only Allah can send. Sign 4. Even if you try to walk away, they return. Maybe you met someone, and for a moment, it felt right. But the timing? It wasn't. You weren't ready, or they weren't. Maybe fear stepped in. Maybe logic whispered, this can't work. So you both let go. Not out of lack of care, but out of uncertainty, out of timing, out of circumstance. But then, they return. Out of nowhere, your paths cross again. They message you. You see them unexpectedly. Someone mentions them, and once again, without force or effort, they're back. And it leaves you wondering, why now? Allah reminds us in Surah Hud 11-6. There is no creature on earth whose provision is not upon Allah, and He knows its place of dwelling and place of storage. In other words, what is written for you will reach you. And if this person is written as part of your provision, your rizq, nothing, no distance, no delay, no decision, can erase that decree. This isn't about destiny being lost. It's about Allah's timing being perfect. Sometimes, Allah separates two people so they can grow apart before growing together. So they can prepare individually before uniting in a way that's strong, sincere, and stable. It wasn't a goodbye. It was a not yet. Because when Allah writes something for you, it may go quiet, but it will never go missing. And when it comes back, it often returns with more clarity, more purpose, and more faith. So if they keep returning in a way that feels effortless, aligned, and pure, don't just see it as coincidence. See it as Qadr. See it as a sign that maybe, just maybe, Allah is bringing your hearts back together when the time is finally right. Sign 5. Your du'as align. This one's truly special. Maybe months ago, or even years, you made a quiet du'a. Ya Allah, bless me with someone who will help me protect my faith. And somewhere else, maybe across the world, or maybe just across your city, they were making a du'a too. Ya Allah, grant me someone who will love me with sincerity and deen. And while you were both living your separate lives, unaware of each other, Allah was weaving those du'as together. Stitch by stitch, step by step, moment by moment, until suddenly, you meet. And there's this subtle realization. This feels familiar. This feels like something I asked Allah for. You begin to see little signs, tiny confirmations, that this person may just be the answer to what you once whispered in sujood. Not loudly, not even with full confidence, but sincerely. And Allah heard it. Allah says in the Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah 2, 186, "When my servant asks you about me, indeed I am near. I respond to the call of the caller when he calls upon me." A soulmate isn't just found. A soulmate is sent. Given by Allah in response to the longing of two sincere hearts, even if those hearts didn't know each other yet. Sometimes Allah answers a dua you made long ago with someone who walks into your life today. And sometimes He begins preparing the answer before you even think to ask. So when your duas align, when their presence feels like the very thing your soul once pleaded for, don't take it lightly. This isn't just love. This is divine orchestration, because when Allah writes a love story, it always begins with dua, and it's always stronger than anything this dunya can offer. Sign 6. They help you fulfill your purpose. Have you ever met someone and suddenly you feel more brave, more inspired, more capable? You start working on your dreams, giving dawah, fixing your habits, building something bigger than yourself. Why? Because this person's presence ignites something in you. Surah Al-Qadr 97:2. Indeed, we have created everything with a purpose. Maybe this person's role in your life isn't just to love you. It's to awaken what's dormant in you. They don't complete you. They activate you. They don't distract you from your mission. They make you remember it. They are your teammate in this life and your companion toward Jannah. Why are you still alone? Allah delays. Because His timing is perfect, now you might be thinking. But what if I haven't met this person yet? What if I'm still alone? Let me tell you this, Allah is never late. His plan for you is customized. Just because you haven't found someone doesn't mean you're forgotten. It means the timing isn't right yet. You are still in preparation, or they are. But when both hearts are ready, when both souls have matured, the meeting will happen. So until then, keep purifying your heart. Keep trusting the process. Become the kind of soulmate you want to receive. And always remember, before you meet them, you must meet yourself. Conclusion and dua. Let's close with a heartfelt dua. Ya Allah, guide us to the one you've written for us in a halal way. Place mercy and tranquility between our hearts. Let us find peace in that person so that we may grow closer to you together. Protect us from anyone who is not written for us, and give us patience until the one you've destined arrives. Ameen. If this video resonated with you, share it. Maybe you're the sign someone else is waiting for. And inshallah, may the person written for you find you soon.